Hi students, in today's session we will continue with the partnership lesson. Okay, so in this session we will see what are the rights of partners, duties of partners, types of partnership, types of partners, and finally the process of registration. Okay, so first we will start with rights of partners. So basically what do you mean by rights? See, rights means we can say a legal entitlement, which means you have the rights to do that purpose. Okay, so we have certain rights for the partners here. First one, we have right to take part in business. So what do you mean by that? As a partner, he has the complete right to take part in all the management of the business. No one can stop him. Okay, so if someone is trying to stop him to take part in the business, he can file a case or fight for his rights. So as a partner, he has the right to take part in all type of management of the business. And next one, we have right to be consulted. So he has the right to get consulted in all matters concerning to the firm, to the decision of the firm. So he has the right to ask, if some decision has been taken without getting his consult, then the partner can ask question, why you didn't discuss with me? So this is a matter concerning to the firm and why that was not made a notice to me. Okay. Next, right of access to books, record and document. So what it is? So as a partner, he has the right to get through all type of books. Books means what? Accounts. All type of records we can say with regard to the business or organization. So whenever he thinks something is happening, I need to check, he can go and access the books, records and documents of the firm. Next, we have right to share profit. What do you mean by that? So as a partner, he has complete right to share the profit of the firm. So he must have agreed for some ratio. Okay, so according to that ratio, he has to be given the profit. So if suppose there is no ratio, then the profit must be shared equally among the partners. Okay, next we have right to receive interest. Suppose there is some investments or interest on capital. So all this type of interest he can get. So it should be around 6% per annum. So that is the interest rate for partners. 6% per annum means for 1 year they are entitled to get a percentage of 6. Okay, next, right to use partnership property for the business. So what do you mean by that? The partners has the right to use the property of the partnership for only the business purpose. Okay, so if there is any land, building, some office equipments, everything can be utilized for the purpose of business, not for your own use. You can use only for business purpose. And finally, right to retire. Retire means what? He can go out of the partnership firm. So suppose he is not willing to continue. Okay, then he can retire from the partnership firm by giving prior notice. He has to inform all other partners that I am going to retire. It might be of his personal use, or he is not willing to continue. So many reasons might be there. If you want to retire, then he has to give prior notice to all other partners and he can retire from the partnership firm. Okay, so next we will see the duties of partners. Duties means what? So he has certain legal things he has to follow. He has to do that as a partner. First one, duty to carry on business. So what do you mean by that? As a partner, he has the duty to carry on the business at a maximum advantage of all the partners. So it should be advantageous to all the partners. So in such way, he has the duty to carry the business organization. Next one, he has to be true. That is very important. So as a partner, he should not try to cheat, manipulate things. He should be very true to all other partners. Duty to render true accounts. So what do you mean by that? Suppose, for example, stock has been bought for 50,000. Then the accounts has to be maintained only for that 50,000. Here he should not try to manipulate and put it as 60,000. 10,000 he can earn profit. He should not think like that. He has to show a proper accounts. All the expenses has to be recorded correctly. And also the profits. All partners should know what is happening. The account should be maintained truly. And also duty to share the loss. Suppose in your business organization you are facing loss. Okay, the partner has the duty to share the loss also. That time he cannot go and say that no, it happened without my concern, so I will not share this loss. He cannot say. As a partner, he has the duty to share the loss as well as the profit. Next, duty to claim remuneration. What do you mean by remuneration? Remuneration means salary. He has the duty to get his salary for the work done. Duty not to use firm's property for personal use. So suppose you have a office building, office furniture, office equipments, office laptop. You should not use it for personal use. That is for the company. You have the duty not to use the company's property for your own use. No, it's wrong. Okay. Duty to act within the scope of his authority. So what does it mean? He would have been given some authority or responsibility, we can say. He has to act within that limit. He should not go beyond that limit and interfere in others' business. So whatever responsibility has been given to him when the partnership agreement was made, he has to act within that scope. Clear? Next we will see the types of partnership. We have 4 types of partnership. First one, partnership at will. So what do you mean by that? So at will means, with the consent of all other partners, they have entered into the partnership. So this type of partnership will continue as long as there is mutual understanding and confidence remain among the partners. Yes. So suppose if you don't like any one partner is not willing to continue, then you can terminate the partnership. Okay. So for this they have to give prior notice. So here there will not be any specific time or time limit. So for this period I have to continue. No. So that doesn't prevail here. Once you have started the partnership as per your will, and you can discontinue the partnership, that also as per your will. Next, partnership for fixed period. So here you have to enter into the partnership for a fixed period, that is for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year or 5 years, whatever. It should be for a time period here. So once the time period is over, you have to terminate the partnership. Here you cannot continue as per your will. Since the partnership is for fixed period, once the term has got over, you have to terminate. Okay. Next you have particular partnership. So what is that? So when a partnership is formed, to carry on a particular type of business that is of temporary nature. So that type of partnership we call it as particular partnership. Okay, so this will be for a particular business and for a temporary nature. So once that business period has got over, you can terminate. Yes, and finally limited liability partnership. So actually this partnership is very popular in the service sector, we can say, and in the small scale business enterprise, because limited liability means what? Paying the debts of the firm, only the assets. So whatever assets is there for the business, only that debts will be paid by the partners. Only of that debts amount will be paid and not out of their personal property. Unlimited liability means what? You have to pay even from your personal properties. So what the small type of business and the service sector prefer is limited liability partnership. So suppose there is some loans that has to be repaid, they can pledge only the assets of the business, not of their personal properties. Clear? Next we have very important thing, types of partners. Yes. So first we will see active partner. So who is active partner? So he will be very active in the partnership firm. He will try to involve in all the business related concepts. Yes. So a partner who takes part, an active part in the conduct of partnership, we call them as active partners. Then we have sleeping partners. Sleeping partners are also called as dormant partner. So these type of partner will contribute only the capital and also share the profits and loss. They will not interfere in the management of the business. They are just for the name's sake, they are partners. They will contribute the capital and also take part in profits and losses, but the management, they will not interfere. Clear? Next we have nominal partner. So who are nominal partner? So those partners who contribute any capital, they will not contribute the capital here. Just he will be entitled to manage the affairs of the business. So what happens is, he only lends his name to the firm because on the strength. He might be some popular person. Okay, so in such case, you can use his name for the popularity and run the business. So here he will not contribute the capital. Okay, but however, a nominal partner is liable for all his acts. Okay, next we have secret partner. So what is secret here? So that partner will not be the partner name or the details of that partner will not be disclosed to the general public. Okay, so his details, name, everything will be maintained secretly here. Next we have partner in profit only. So what it is? So he will take part only in the profits. It means he will not be called upon to bear any losses here. However, he has to be liable to third parties for all the debts. Suppose you have borrowed loan from third party. In such case, he will be liable. But he will not share the losses. He will share only the profits of your organization. Next, partner by estoppel. So what it is? A person who represents himself or herself, we can say, by words or actions. Okay? Or has allowed him to be represented. He will not be a partner, but he will give permission to use his name. So those type of partners, we call it as partner by estoppel. Okay. Next, partner by holding out. What it is? When a person is declared as a partner, he does not deny it. He does not deny this even after becoming aware of it. Okay, so he cannot deny, and he will be liable to repay all the third party debts. Okay, so finally we have minor partner. So who is a minor partner? That is a very important question. So under Indian Majority Act, we can say a person who has not completed 18 years, they are called as minor. Okay, but however, he can continue until 21 years as a minor if there is guardian to support the minor. But he can be, liable, or he can avail all the benefits of the partnership. Yes. And finally we have registration. How to register your partnership firm. So as per the Indian Partnership Act, registration of the partnership is not compulsory. It is only optional. If you want, you can register the partnership. Okay, so what are the procedures? First, you have to decide the name of the firm. Correct. Next, the place where you want to start the business. And also, name of other places where the firm carried on. So suppose the business is already running in some other places, you have to mention that also in the registration. And then you have to disclose all the name and address of the partners. Okay, then the dates on which each partner has joined. And finally, how long your partnership firm is going to continue. That is the duration of the firm. So all these 6 points are very important to register your partnership. But what is the main point? Registration is not compulsory. It is optional. If you want, you can register. And if you want to register, you have to follow all this procedure. Clear? Thank you.